It's 3 a.m. in Huntington Station, New York. The parking lot outside the Carousel Lounge sits in eerie silence, the faint thump of music from inside barely reaching the night air. Under a flickering street lamp, a young dancer takes a slow drag from her blunt, thinking the night is over. But then, from the shadows, a figure steps into view. Ryan Olsen, an NYPD detective with years of chasing down New York's most wanted, is closing the distance. What happens in the next few minutes will turn a quiet night into chaos, send a club into panic, and put Olsen's career and freedom on the line. This wasn't the way to disarm her. The figure keeps coming closer. Each step sounds louder than it should in the near-empty lot, slow, deliberate, echoing against the cold pavement. The dancer notices him now, shifting uncomfortably in her seat. She rolls the window down halfway, just enough to hear what he wants. It's Ryan Olsen, 37 years old, a detective with the NYPD's Warrant Section, the very team tasked with finding fugitives and dangerous criminals. But tonight, Olsen isn't chasing a wanted man. He's standing outside a strip club at 3 in the morning, approaching a young woman alone in her car. He leans down, one hand casually on the roof of her car, his face lit by the sickly yellow light of the street lamp. His first words are soft, almost casual. "Do you know when Bambi's coming out?" The question lands oddly. "Bambi?" Another dancer from inside. The young woman shakes her head, barely glancing at him. She doesn't want to get involved. But Olsen doesn't walk away. He stays there, presses again. This time he tells her to text Bambi, to find out. Her voice is sharper now. She says no, refuses. The tension thickens. The music from inside the club feels far away, muffled by the heavy air. They are just silhouettes in a lonely parking lot, a police detective and a 23-year-old dancer, and something in the way he stays there, the way he doesn't leave, sends a jolt of unease through her. What started as a simple question is no longer a harmless interaction. It's becoming something darker. The woman's refusal hangs in the air like smoke. For a moment, neither of them moves. Then Ryan Olsen shifts his weight, his voice harder now, no longer casual, no longer just asking. The argument begins. It's quiet at first, just sharp words exchanged through a half-open window. But the parking lot is empty, and every syllable seems to bounce off the walls of the club. The young dancer's heart starts to race. Her blunt smolders in the ashtray as her hands grip the steering wheel. She glances toward the club entrance. It feels far away, too far. Olsen steps closer. His presence is heavy now, looming over the car. The conversation spirals, short replies become shouts, the back and forth more heated with every second. And then, he does something that freezes her blood. In one slow motion, deliberate and unhurried, Ryan Olsen lifts his shirt. The parking lot light catches a metallic glint. There, tucked into his waistband, is a gun. The world goes quiet. He looks her dead in the eyes and asks, almost like he's asking about the weather, "Have you ever been shot?" Her stomach drops. This isn't a cop keeping the peace. This is a man with a gun, inches from her car window, asking a question no one should ever have to answer at 3 in the morning. The fear hits all at once. Adrenaline floods her system. She doesn't think, she reacts. Her breath comes fast now, sharp and shallow. Her fingers fumble for the ignition, but the keys feel slippery in her hand. Then she screams, "Get the F away! Get the F away!" Her voice tears through the night, shattering the stillness. The sound bounces off the walls of the parking lot, startling even her. Olsen doesn't flinch right away. For a split second, he just stands there, shirt still lifted, his expression unreadable. Then he lets the fabric fall, steps back slightly, as if to calm things down, but it's too late. Her hands finally find the keys. The engine roars to life. Her phone is in her other hand now, shaking as she dials her boss inside the club. "He has a gun. He showed me a gun." She cries, the words tumbling over each other. She throws the car into gear. Tires screech on the pavement as she jerks the wheel and speeds toward the lot's exit. Behind her, Olsen is still standing in the glow of the street lamp. He takes a step forward, maybe to stop her, maybe to explain, but then he hesitates. Instead, he turns, walks briskly to his own car, and drives away. The parking lot falls silent again, but the air feels heavier now, as though it remembers what just happened. By sunrise, the quiet parking lot has become the starting point of an investigation. The dancer, still shaken, sits in a small office inside the club, recounting every detail to responding officers. Her hands tremble as she describes the man, the gun, the exact words, "Have you ever been shot?" The The Suffolk County Police Department wastes no time. Detectives know they have to move fast. This isn't just any man. This is a member of the NYPD's warrant section, a cop trained to track down dangerous people. They collect surveillance footage from the Carousel Lounge. The grainy video shows everything. Olsen walking across the lot, leaning into the car window, and then, clear as day, lifting his shirt. The glint of the firearm is unmistakable. The club already has his information. Olsen had to present his driver's license to get in earlier that night, just like every other guest. His name, address, and face are all on record. Piece by piece, the case comes together. Witness statement, video evidence, club records. By mid-morning, Olsen's name is circulating among Suffolk detectives. This is no longer just a complaint, it's an active case against an NYPD detective. And the evidence is strong enough that the department prepares for the next step, arrest. By Thursday afternoon, the investigation reaches its breaking point. Detectives from Suffolk County move in. Ryan Olsen, the man who usually hunts down fugitives, now finds himself on the other side of the law. The arrest is quiet but heavy with tension. Olsen doesn't resist. He knows the process, knows the charges that are waiting for him. Menacing with a firearm. The news spreads quickly. An NYPD detective, accused of threatening a dancer at gunpoint, is front-page material. Cameras wait outside the courthouse as Olsen arrives in a suit, his face expressionless, jaw tight. Inside the courtroom, the air feels charged. Olsen stands before the judge, hands clasped. The charge is read, menacing in the second degree with a weapon. This is no small matter. If convicted, it could end his career, cost him his badge, and possibly send him to jail. Olsen's attorney enters a plea, not guilty. Reporters scribble furiously as the judge sets the next court date. The gavel comes down with a heavy crack that echoes through the chamber. Outside, the press swarms. Cameras flash. Questions are shouted, but Olsen doesn't answer. He walks to a waiting car and leaves, his future hanging in the balance. Back at the Carousel Lounge, the atmosphere is heavy. The flashing neon sign outside still blinks, but inside, the mood has changed. 6 dancers sit in a half circle at the U-shaped bar, their faces blank, tired. The place is already dressed for Halloween. Paper skeletons hang from the ceiling. Orange and black balloons float gently in the air. A plastic pumpkin grins from the corner. But there's no party mood tonight. Reporters step inside, hoping for a statement, but the women refuse to speak. They shake their heads, turning away, their faces hidden in the dim light. For them, this isn't just a headline. This was their parking lot, their coworker, their world turned upside down. The manager of the club won't comment either. The only sound is the faint music from the jukebox, too cheerful for the room it plays in. Outside, regular customers pull into the lot, unaware of what happened just days before. The lot looks normal now, quiet, still, as if nothing happened, but everyone who works here knows better. For the club, the incident is a scar. For the dancer, it's a memory she can't erase. And for Ryan Olsen, it's a shadow that will follow him until the verdict is read. Night falls again on Huntington Station. The parking lot outside the Carousel Lounge is empty, silent, bathed once more in that same flickering light. But now, it feels different. This is where it all began. One question, one refusal, one decision that turned an ordinary night into a confrontation with a gun. Ryan Olsen was supposed to be one of the good guys. A detective trusted to chase down New York's most dangerous fugitives. A man who swore an oath to protect and serve. Instead, he's accused of terrifying a young woman who just wanted to finish her shift and go home. And now, everything hangs in the balance, his badge, his freedom, his reputation. Was this an abuse of power? A moment of anger gone too far? Or is there more to the story than what the cameras and witnesses captured? For the dancer, the fear was real. For the club, the night is unforgettable. And for the NYPD, the case is a public black eye. The next steps are in the hands of the courts. If found guilty, Olsen could face prison time and lose the career he built for over a decade. But one thing is certain, this case will follow him for the rest of his life. So I'll ask you this.